Hey, I'm Steven here with Tiny House Listings, and today I thought I'd bring you guys along and show you how this solar cooking oven from GoSun works. It's called the GoSun Sport. Today we're going to try it out. We're going to cook some chicken wings and sweet potatoes, and we'll see how well it does. It's kind of late in the afternoon. It's about 5:30, and but it's summertime, and you know the sun's still pretty high, so we'll see how it works. So stay tuned. All right, so this model is called the GoSun Sport. It's intended for 2 people, I believe it is, to cook a meal. They have a much larger version that I think is currently on pre-order. It's not available yet, but by the time you watch this video, there's a good chance it'll be available, and it's intended for 8 people, and it has a lot of accessories like a table you can put it on. And the coolest thing about the larger one is while you have it out in the sun, it will collect energy, and it has a battery that will allow you to cook at night too. So you can cook pretty much anytime. With this one and their other models, you can actually cook when it's cloudy. It's going to increase your cook time, but it still is efficient enough. It's super insulated to where it'll still capture plenty of heat and cook just about any meal you can fit in there. So this is how it looks when it's closed. And this is how it looks open. It's, you can see there's 2 pieces here, top and the bottom, and they act as parabolic lenses. And they capture heat in here in the middle, and then it's transferred into this tube, which is double insulated. Hot air gets caught in between the actual chamber where the food goes and the outer shell. Super hot air. This thing can actually get to be up to 700 degrees in broad daylight when the sun's high. But one word of caution is when you're preparing this, you do not want to put this out in the sun and let it preheat and then put the cold food in there, because over time it can do what it's called shocking the tube, and it'll weaken it over time, and in the future it'll pretty much be useless once this thing right here breaks. So you want to avoid preheating it. So I'm going to load this up with food now, then we'll take it outside and get cooking. Alright, I got it loaded up with the baked potatoes and wings, and you just slide it in there. And I know a lot of you guys are vegetarians, so this might look a little gross to you, but I love some wings, so that's why we're cooking in this video, and it'll give you a good idea of how well this thing cooks. Alright, so we got this thing out in the sun. It's about 5:45, and we'll see how long it takes to cook. If you read the owner's manual, it'll tell you that if you want this to cook without too many juices, if you want let a lot of the moisture escape, you just open this up just a little bit, and it'll still cook fine. It'll just it'll brown it more so than kind of sitting in its own juices. So here's a quick demonstration to show you how to open up the GoSun Sport. Pull these back, and then there's some clips right here that hold the legs together so the weight of the food doesn't make it go down. And you tilt it towards the sun, whichever way that happens to be. Another great thing about the GoSun stove is that you can turn it sideways and tilt it downwards. And the reason for that is they have an insert, which I don't have. I think it's called the GoSun Brew. You can slide that down in there and boil water with it, make hot cocoa, that type of thing. So it's just a matter of just twisting it sideways, and the water, that way gravity will make the water stay down, and so when you pull it out, it won't spill everywhere. Alright, so while it's cooking, I thought I would share with you that if you have watched this channel before, you'll know that I do a lot of cooking in this, usually alternative type cooking, because to me, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's very exciting, the possibility of cooking in ways where you have fuel all around you, whether it's cooking with sticks or any kind of biofuel, or even clean energy from the sun. It's just pretty amazing to me, and if enough people start doing that, it can make a really big difference in terms of how many fossil fuels we use and things like that, cutting down your costs for fuel or electricity. And so I hope you guys like these kind of videos, and I plan to do quite a few more in the future. I've actually got some more videos I'm going to do from with products from Silverfire, which are one of my favorite companies in terms of burning with biofuel. So those wings have been in there for a few minutes. We're going to let them wait a little bit longer, and we'll check them out here in a second, so stay tuned. Alright, it's been about an hour. Let's see how these wings look. I'd say they're done. Let's see how they feel. Oh yeah, they're super hot. So then what we'll do is we'll put some sauce on them to make them taste a little bit better. Alright, so I'm putting a little bit of sauce on here. I like mine with barbecue sauce and hot sauce mixed together. But if you're someone that's vegetarian or something like that, you can definitely cook up some veggies in this thing. You cook up just about anything that'll fit in there. You know, you just. But one thing I will say is that this took quite a bit longer than when I cooked the other day. I cooked up some steak, and it took about half the time. And I think the reason for that was I did it almost at midday and there was no clouds. During this cook, a couple clouds came over and the sun wasn't as high. And, you know, obviously it doesn't produce as much sun. So that's one thing you have to consider if you decide to buy one of these is, you know, the fact that you most likely will have to cook during the middle of the day or in the afternoon. You just can't be in a hurry. That's something you have to, you know, consider into the equation. All right, so those are in there cooking a little bit more and let the sauce kind of bake on a little bit. But another cool thing about this is that it's so insulated. It's insulated so well. If you notice that this is ready, if the food's ready, you can literally close it up and turn it the other way, and then the contents, as long as you don't open it, will stay hot for up to an hour, which is pretty cool. So that way when you're ready to eat, it's still warm and ready to go. And there's the finished product, dinner, cooked with the sun, just the power from the sun. Okay, so my final impressions of the GoSun Sport is that it's an excellent little stove. It's the first time I've ever really cooked with solar, so I really don't have much to compare it to. But I do like the fact that it's very small, very portable. You can carry it like this. It's got lots of accessories. You can boil water with it. You can cook food with it. The one caveat is if it's cloudy and it's late in the day, it's going to cook very slowly. So if you're okay with that and you're patient, it's not an issue. But I don't know. I like it. I think it's a great stove. I think it's a good product. I like the fact that it keeps heat really well for a very long time. But if you need to cook with a much larger stove and you want to do it solar, they have, like I said before, they have that new stove coming out where you can cook with the battery at nighttime. But overall, I recommend this product. I think it's it's good if you want to cook alternatively without using fossil fuels or without ash from sticks and that type of thing. Good setup. So thanks for watching. See you on the next video.